Welcome back to another video. Today's video we're going to be going through my 2020 YouTube analytics. Let's get into it. So before we go into our analytics, of course, this is my dashboard here. We can see that I have 229 subscribers. Thank you very much for that. I could not have done this without you guys. In the last 28 days, I gained 20 subscribers. And of course, you can see a quick summary view of what I am seeing here between the 4.7k views I got in the last month and 95.5 hours of watch time. Of course, you can see the thing, the top comments as well, but that's not what you're here for. That's only a little introductory piece. If we go over here to YouTube Analytics, this is what you're looking at. And by the way, a subscribe would be really helpful on the channel. 230 at the moment almost. Let's get that to 300 by the end of 2020. So, in the last 28 days, I got 4,735 views on the channel, 95.5 watch hours, and 20 subscribers. You saw that from the introduction of the video. But what's really interesting here, and this will be a common theme of this, is on particular dates, I had spikes on the channel. And this is normal for any channel, but let's discuss this part first, okay? What is this? This is the more, the more average thing, the average views. So you can see here the top views of my periods. So unsurprisingly, the Verve Woods review, that's top left and center. I even have them out here for show today. Followed closely by that, unsurprisingly, another Motorola Verve Buds review, and of course, audiobooks free forever. This is great, but what we're going to do is we're going to go up here to the right and change it from the last 28 days to the last 365 days. This is in the last year of the channel being here. And keep in mind, it was only May last year that I really started making content. It says December 11th, 2011, because that's when I made this YouTube account. So, there's that. 365 days ago though. I gained 202 subscribers in the last 365 days. I had 869.6 watch hours, and of course my views were 42.3 thousand views. Thank you. But this is only the overview. Let's get into what I mean by the spikes. I was talking about spikes earlier on. Well, first of all, you'll see on July 30th, 2020, I had a spike of 572 views. That was near the date that I got the iMac 21-inch from 2015. Lovely iMac, I love it, but that is where it corresponds, because that iMac review got a good few views. It got 802 views since, so that was a spike. Then we had a little bit of a mingling period, a period where we got about average views, and then we had another spike in the 22nd of August 2020. That was around the time that I made the Verve Buds review, and of course the Gomo video as well. We go here, and of course you'll see another spike. This spike here represents the time where I made the Apple event video. Those videos always do well for me. And of course, we can go down here and we can see exactly what videos performed the best during this time. So we have the final September event preview. I got the Osmo Mobile 3. We had a recap video, how to prepare for iOS 14. We had the Apple Watch Series 6 video, my everyday carry, and of course some of my best videos I made on the channel. That all contributed to the 15th of September 2020 getting 805 views. That was all from one video And that was my Apple event recap. And you'll see a trend with this. Because as I go here, October 1st, 2020, 601 views. This was near the days that iOS 14 came out. This was a phone announcement. And of course, it was when I made the video, how to get Final Cut Pro 10 for free. So that was a big video on the channel. And of course, it helped growth on the channel. Then we had a small partial amount of views. We were mingling here and there. And of course, we got a spike of 329 views on November 5th. And that is, of course, the Apple event day. And, of course, my first impressions on everything. This is a big time for the channel when I have an Apple event preview or whatever it is, because this is significant to the channel growth. Because I made the how to prepare for series, like how to prepare for macOS Big Sur and how to prepare for iOS 14. Knowing those will do great. And the Apple event recaps are the time on my channel where I see the most growth, as you can clearly see from this spike on September 15th. But let's go into reach. The reach is an important factor in any YouTube channel. This is the people who have seen your channel. How people have seen your channel up until now, whether it was in the recommended, whether it was just something they were searching for. This is important. So, the impressions, 364.4 thousand views. This is the amount of people who have had the video recommended to them via search, via email of other people, people who've seen the video but not necessarily clicked on it. But it's not a bad thing if you have the recommended video and it just didn't get the views. That's not a bad thing. Click-through ratio is another thing. You will see that if I click into click-through ratio, we can see my biggest points for click-through ratio on the channel. We had a low point in March of 1% click-through ratio. And of course, we had a spike on August 22nd and September 15th. We just had spikes because they correspond to views. And those, the click-through ratio is important because it's the people who see your video and click on it. So, you've made a thumbnail, you made a title promising the viewer something, and they followed through and they've looked at it. We'll look at a percentage of viewership as well afterwards, because that's very important as well. Next we have the individual views, and of course we've broken this down before, but you'll see we had a spike in July, a spike in August, September, October and November. Of course, September is a big month for the channel. Now let's go into engagement. This is the people who have looked at your, who have looked at your videos and clicked on the videos. So if we go down here, these are the people who have clicked the iCards and the end screens, people who have clicked onto playlists. This is important because you can see which playlists are doing the best, which means you can know for the future which playlists to continue. So for example, I have my top videos playlist, which automatically curates the top videos on the channel. We have the top videos by end screen, so what videos are being recommended to the user from my catalogue of videos. Of course, we have key moments for audience retention. So here we go, so we can scroll through the videos. So for example, if we go into, say, the macOS Big Sur, that's the key moment for retention in that. 65% still watching at 30 seconds. So the first 30 seconds is crucial to any channel. And that's why I, put end cards and I put all that. Of course, we have iCards there. You can see dips in viewership. But most importantly, what I look at is the view duration. This is something that is crucial to your channel. You'll see here that as the channel progresses, 2020, whatever, it's slow. I have really slow months like December 2019, where I had the 21 seconds. And of course, there's really high months like April 2020, where people watch for 2 minutes. So this is a good idea because it tells you how long you've retained the audience, which means this impacts your click-through ratio and it impacts your like to dislike ratio. It impacts everything because you've delivered on a promise, they've clicked on the video, now they want to see how long you can retain the viewer by seeing how long you can retain your promise, which is kind of important. Obviously, I'm still learning about this as much as you are. You might be wondering what happened here because there's literally no watch time from this. And then I get a big spike right here and here, as usual, because these are the 2 months that were crucial to my channel over the year, and you'll see that throughout the analytics. These were slow months, but right about here, April, right about when the lockdown came in, I started producing more content, up to 2 videos a day, 7 days a week. So that's why you see the astronomical growth here. Let's go on to the audience. So this is where my top countries are. Now, any YouTuber will say, no, it doesn't matter which country you cater to, just pick a country and cater to it. Whereas I'll say, these are my top countries. Now, if we go over to the last month, you'll see something. It's different. That is because throughout the lifetime of the channel, it's been more like Ireland as my top catered country than India, United States. However, each month that'll change, each week that'll change, so you have to learn to adapt your content around that. Subtitles is another important thing, and it allows you to really decide if subtitles are necessary on your videos. Obviously, it's great, put them on everything, but I've noticed that obviously people are using them, so I've been encouraged to keep doing subtitles. Something that's very important as well you should look at is the subscribe to subscribe ratio. This is good. This is a good thing. However, it can also be a bad thing. If your viewership is higher from not subscribed, it can mean a number of things. Either people who are subscribed are just subscribed and never came back. They could mean your core audience is there and a whole bunch of other people came from recommended, which is brilliant. Or it could just mean, you're appealing to new audiences. People are always finding the channel, which is good. Of course, you have your age and gender here. For your demographics, the male gender would be more popular on tech channels. As your reach goes, you'll see here my traffic sources. So the sources types are really important for a number of reasons. It tells you where your videos are being recommended, how they're being recommended, and who they're being recommended to. Right here, this is where I look to my external sources. Because when I look at this, obviously, it looks like a big mess, but you can see here, the spikes, November 5th, October, August, and September. Google search, is my top recommended source, external source. It's where most of my traffic comes from, and externally. Twitter, I share my videos on Twitter. And now you know why, because it does actually make a big difference in audience retention, my second highest thing. DuckDuckGo, recommended when people search something up. YouTube, this is just, it's being shown around on YouTube, recommended via YouTube, or people search the channel. And Snapchat, people sharing around videos, or I've shared them around or whatever. Instagram, WhatsApp, and Discord follow after. So that allows you to choose who your core audiences are and work around that. So I hope that gave you a nice brief insight as to what YouTube analytics look like, how to break them down, etc. If you want to see more analytics, maybe on my most popular videos, how they did, maybe who's watching, let me know. All that and more in the comment section below. If you like the video, give it a subscribe, maybe hit the bell icon for more videos like this one, and all that and more, comment section below. I'm Connor, I'll catch you next time.